Well, a 100 out of 10.
That's wonderful. Well, would you like to tell me what was your week like?
And weeks are pretty same, but when going to school, it's kind of like fun actually.
It was fun this week?
But next week is the last week, right?
Yeah.
And I am very excited about it.
Oh, I'm sure indeed. This week, did you not perhaps do many tests or exams?
No, we already did it.
Oh, yes.
Like, I already did it for a long time.
I've already done it. Okay. So, what was fun about this week?
I get to do creative things.
Creative things like, do you mean making art? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm making squishy. I also making a bunny that when we touch the head of the bunny is jumped. It's pretty easy.
That sounds pretty cool. So I made a squishy, I made a bunny. Okay. All right. And how did you make the bunny? Like, what material did you use? Did you make it out of paper? Ah, wow. So you were folding it in a certain way that you touch it, and then when you touch the head, it jumps?
Well, it's really, really easy, actually.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. I think that is pretty cool. Anything else that you enjoyed about this week?
I get to sleep.
Sleep at home or at school?
At home.
At home? Okay. In the afternoons, or do you mean in the evening?
In the evening. I kind of enjoy it because every time at school in the evening, my class get to sleep. But everyone get to sleep except me. I was getting very hard to sleep because we've got a boy in class and when he sleeps, he snores. And it's very uncomfortable.
Okay, so when he sleeps, like he snores and it bothers you, so you struggle to sleep.
Yes.
Ah, I see. And this week you could sleep in the evening at school because was he not there?
In school or at home, I didn't have sister, brother, or little sister or brother. I was just a lone child. Like, my mom only have me and nothing else.
Yes. So at home you were able to sleep better because you couldn't sleep at school? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I understand now. Okay, well, I'm glad you had a super week. It definitely sounds like it. If it's 100 out of, I don't know what can exceed 100. So, wonderful. I'm really glad you had a super week. Okay, Bao, I think I have 2 questions for you. I think we have enough time for 2 questions. It's a statement, actually. It says, agree or disagree. Do you agree with these statements? Okay. Summer is better than winter. Do you agree or disagree with this statement, and why?
I like winter more.
Mm-hmm. Why do you like winter more?
Because every time it was Christmas, it was that it started to get cold, like really cold. And I like it.
Yeah, and you like it? Okay.
Because in my country, when it's really cold in other country, my country is kind of like normal. But when other country is getting like a normal day is cold and hot, mine is like really hot in the morning. But in the evening, it's kind of like get cold.
Okay. Yeah.
And when we wake up at the afternoon, it started to get like steamy hot. Like we can fry an egg outside.
Whoa. Okay, and that is why you like the winter better.
Yeah.
So wait. Let me understand. You disagree with this statement that summer is better than winter because in your country, when all the world gets cold, your country gets warm. Yes. Okay. All right. I think I understand that. Okay. Then, do you agree or disagree with this statement? Smartphones make us stupid. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, it's a maybe for me.
Okay.
It's kind of like maybe it's a yes or no. Yes means yeah, if we do have too much cell phone time, we could get really dumb.
Okay.
But also, the no part is kind of like sometimes we don't know something, we Google or we calculate on the cell phone, and it's kind of help.
Okay, so they help, but they're also, I see your point. Too much time on the cell phone is not so great. Okay, so good. All right, and then last question. Yeah, I think we have time for one more. Playing video games is bad for your health. Do you agree or disagree with this statement?
Agree.
You agree. Would you explain your reason, or would you tell me your reason why you agree?
Having too much video game is kind of like when we have too much video game, our neck and our spines gonna get really hurt in that. Our eyesight started to get worse than the normal day when we didn't go and play video game. And also having too much of it kind of like not good for your heart and your brain.
Excellent. I think
that's all I think.
That's all you think. Good. I think that's good. You were able to explain your reasoning. Yes. And further explain what is bad about it. Okay. Good. Okay. I think I'm satisfied with that answer. All right. Now, another question. We have in our new unit that we are working through, we had discussed movies and books. Have you read any books this week or watched any movies perhaps?
I didn't.
Oh, you haven't neither read a book or watched TV, not TV, but like movie. Okay, let's say maybe a TV show or a movie. Nothing?
Well, I tried to type a horror movie, but it's ending up getting the short part, and I don't like it. I want to have a full movie and not the short video.
Okay, so was it like an episode or like just a short movie? Some of them do make like short films. They call it a short film.
You're kind of lagging.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Was it a short film or was it an episode?
It was also an episode, but when you're watching, it has all the cut parts. So episode by episode is kind of like boring. So I want it to be full movie in one video.
Ah, okay. So that you at least watch a video, a horror video this week. Do you enjoy horror movies? Or
yes,
episodes? Oh, wow. That is very fascinating. I, on the other hand, do not enjoy them. Okay, but wonderful. All right, let's get to it. Let's get back to our work today. All right. One moment as I share my screen. Okay, here we go. It is loading. Okay. Can you see the screen yet?
Yes, I can.
All right, wonderful. Okay, I'm just waiting for it to load to our page that we were busy with. Yes, because that's still the... Oh, okay, there we go. Read a book or watch a movie. So we had also read the differences about reading books, which is more helpful to English, your language, to your skills, and yeah, okay. Then okay, I'm waiting for it to clear up. We matched some supporting opinions of books, and then so we did refuting. Refuting means against it, or like opposing, which is not against, but like, yeah, given a reason why some of them might not be supported. Okay, now we are going to move on to examples of opinions. Why is this only one? Okay, there should be another. Okay, let's give it a minute. There should be a supporting opinion and a refuting opinion. Okay, there we go. An opposing opinion. All right, so this is what we are going to do. We are going to read both of these paragraphs, okay? One supports the idea of books, and one opposes the idea of reading books and states why movies might be better. Okay? It says, read the opinions and answer the questions. Let's read the questions before we start with reading the opinions. The questions that we have to answer while reading it is, circle the main idea in each opinion. So, when reading each paragraph, keep in mind what sentence, all right, would summarize this whole paragraph. Meaning, what is the main idea that this whole paragraph speaks about? That each paragraph speaks about. What is the main idea of the supporting opinion? What is the main idea of the opposing opinion? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, that's question one. And then it says, underline the supporting ideas in each opinion. So we are going to underline the main opinions. We're going to circle the main opinions and then underline the opinions that support the main idea. Do you understand? So like...
I understand.
I understand. Good. Okay. And then you will give some examples to support ideas in each opinion. Any reason why you're against and any reason why you are for. So let's read both opinions and then we will work on answering those questions. So you may begin with the supporting reason. Please read it that we will be able to hear.
Books are better than movies because we can read them anyway. If we want to read a book, that is the only thing that we need. When we watch a movie, we need a television, cell phone, or computer. These machines need electricity to work, therefore, when there is no power or the battery is dead, it is not impossible to watch a movie. In addition, books are sometimes drop or get wet, but they can still be used. Cell phone that are drop usually break and stop working.
Alright. And watching... Okay, let's quickly, before we do anything else, what is the main idea in this paragraph? You may read it again if you need to. Just like scan it. Scan, read it if you need to. What do you think the main idea is? And I will circle it. The sentence or...
Main idea?
Yeah, the main opinion. Sorry, the main opinion in the supporting opinion. Which is question 1 over here. Okay. Circle the main idea in each opinion. So the main idea. So like if one sentence had to summarize this whole paragraph, what sentence or phrase would you think suits that?
I think is in addition, both sometimes drops or get wet, but this can still be used. Cell phone that are dropped usually break and stop working.
Okay, so I think that might be part of a supporting idea actually, and not the main idea. Would you like another attempt?
The main idea.
Alright. If you aren't able to find it, that's okay. I will help you.
I don't know.
Okay, so that's okay. So I would choose this as the main idea in the supporting opinion. That books are better than movies because we can read them anyway. That's in the whole paragraph. Summarizes what this person is trying to say. You can read them anywhere. Okay, if we have to shorten it, I think it would rather be you can read them anywhere, but let's highlight the whole sentence. That is the main idea in this. And then as the paragraph goes along, this person just adds information to support her main idea. So that is what I think the main idea is. I'm going to do this so that we can start reading the opposing opinion. Okay. Do you understand why this might be the main idea?
Yes.
Okay, so she states, this is flat out the reason. You can read them anywhere. Before she starts explaining how and why you can read them anywhere, she states the main idea of what she's going to express is the fact that you can read them anywhere. All right, let's read the opposing opinion now. Go ahead and read.
Watching a movie is better than reading books. This is because it is much more exciting. One reason is special effect. When we watch a movie, we can feel that we are in the story or even in another world because of the amazing computer graphic. This is much better than a boring book that's very long, it has no picture, and sometimes smells strange. Furthermore, we can watch a movie with our friends and have fun, but we need to read a book alone, which is boring.
Okay, good. Now, what do you think the main idea of this paragraph is?
is watching a movie is better than reading a book?
Okay, so this is where the sentences differ. So the idea is watching a movie is better than reading a book. I think it is. Okay. But I actually think the main idea of this paragraph is special effects. Okay. Special effects is the main idea. So sometimes the main idea, unlike in opinion 1, I understand why you think watching a movie is better than reading a book. Might be the main idea, but the main idea of this paragraph is actually special effects, because it goes on to explain why books don't have these special effects, and then it reasons why special effects are more exciting or fun. I think it might be special effect is the main idea. Okay, so sometimes the main idea is not always in the first line. Okay, the opening sentence. Okay, sometimes for for this reason, in this opinion, it's mentioned in the second line. Or one main reason is special effects. Okay, and then after he mentions special effects, all he speaks about is comparing special effects with books. So that is why it might be. I believe this main idea is special effects in this paragraph. Do you understand?
Understand.
Okay, now supporting ideas. Now that we have found our main ideas, what phrases do you think support this statement? Meaning, I always understand it like, what do you think helps explain the fact why movies are better than books? Because you can read them anywhere. Reading them anywhere, I think, was the main idea in the first paragraph. So let's take a look over here. What sentences or phrases supports, okay, the main idea, the main opinion?
In addition, books are sometimes dropped or get wet, but they can still be used. Cell phones that are dropped usually break and stop working.
Okay, so we cannot underline the whole sentence. What do you think if we only underline one phrase?
In addition, books are sometimes drops or get wet, but they still can be used.
Perfect. Books, let's start here. I think just here. Books are sometimes dropped or get wet, but they can still be used. I think that's perfect. Any other idea?
If we want to read a book, that is the only thing that we need.
Okay,
right?
I think so. Let's underline that. We only need one thing, which is a book. Okay, and I think there's one more idea that supports the fact that you can read them anyway. I think there's one more idea. I'll give you a clue. It's like in between this phrase and this phrase.
Therefore, when there is no power or the battery is dead, it is not impossible to watch a movie.
Okay, good. I think actually that sentence might be the reason for the statement. Okay, so that might explain the statement. And I think the supporting phrase is machines need electricity to work. I think it's that. That's a point. That supports, okay, the main idea, meaning machines like computers and televisions and any other thing you would probably watch a movie on needs electricity to work. The second sentence that says, therefore, when there is power, it just explains it. It further explains. So when we write opinions, okay, like this person has clearly done, and debating and just sharing our opinions, we always state the main idea, supporting ideas, and then under each of these supporting ideas, reasons that explain it, okay? That sentences that help explain it. So this sentence just simply further explains why machines need electricity to work. Then every other thing in here just further explains why books and cell phones are different when getting wet. Okay, let's look at opposing ideas. Now, take a look over there. Again, the main idea that we think, or I personally think in this passage, is special effects. What is the ideas or supporting ideas that of special effects of this opinion? In comparison,
watching a movie is better than reading a book.
Okay, it is better. Yes. Better than reading a book. Right. I would actually also highlight more exciting, because we're trying to advertise a movie. So not advertise, we're trying to be for movies. So another thing is, yes, it's better, but how is it better? Maybe ask that. How is it better? More exciting. But yes, we can put that down. What is another supporting idea?
Furthermore, we can watch a movie with our friend and have fun, but we need to read a book alone, which is boring.
Good. Okay, which is boring. We need to read a book. Okay, so I think this whole sentence is also a main idea. We can watch a movie with our friends and have fun. Okay, I think that's a point, just like that. Okay. Anything else?
I don't know.
Okay, this might be a little tricky, but I think something that supports the idea of special effects is the amazing computer graphics, and then the amazing computer graphics. And I would also say that we are in the story or even in another world. Okay, because of the... Okay. Yeah. So I think those are the ideas that supports special effects, meaning it is more exciting, it's amazing computer graphics, and the fact of we can watch a movie with our friends and have fun. All right, that's another idea. What do you think you can add to these? That is the last question. All right, I think that was question 3. Can you think of some examples to support the ideas in each opinion? Can you think of any other examples to support these ideas? The main idea.
The main one?
Can you think of any other reasons to support the main idea in each paragraph?
Well, reading a book is really good for your health, but sometimes when we're bored and we don't have electricity or battery, we can read books.
Okay, good. Yes, carry on.
And watching a movie is also fun because we can have our family or our friend to watch a movie together than reading books, because we have to read it alone and it's not fun. Also, watching a film or movie, they have many things in there than reading a book. Besides, we have to buy a book to just read. And after we're done with it, we'll just read it again. And it's just so boring.
Okay, so where do you think that would be? In the supporting opinion that books are better than movies, or in the opposing opinion that watching a movie is better than reading a book? What would your reasoning be for? Are you supporting the opinion, or are you opposing the opinion?
I'm opposing the opinion.
Good. I think so. And then also the statement you said one thing, okay? You said that we need electricity to read a book, like light. All right? Like we need lights when reading books, and when there's no electricity, we cannot read books. But I think, where do you think that would be for? Supporting books or opposing books? Because I think the argument of this opinion is that when we watch movies, we need electricity as well. Just like we need electricity to read books. So what do you think that would be? Supporting or opposing the opinions over here?
Opposing?
Okay. I think that opinion, to be honest, is actually rather interesting that you have. All right, I think I might be wrong here, that the movie is better than reading a book is the main idea, and special effects, I'm just going to correct myself, is a supporting idea of that opinion. So my apologies. I think you are correct in that. I will just change that using, okay. But I think it's kind of like a in-between statement that you have given us, actually. Like, I think you would need electricity as well to watch a movie. So that's quite interesting. All right. Just something to think about. But yes. Okay, good. So now we have named supporting opinions, ideas. We highlighted the main idea and the supporting opinions, and then we have also highlighted the main idea and the opposing opinion and the supporting ideas of those. Okay, Bao, we are running out of time on this meeting. We have to stop and rejoin, and then we are going to continue. But well done. I think for your first attempt, this was quite challenging. I will be on. This is quite challenging. What do you think? Was it easy or a little challenging to understand?
A little challenging.
Yeah, I think this has a lot of critical thinking. It makes you analyze, meaning like you really have to look at what we're reading, which is a little tricky, but I think you did well. Okay, well, now that we've done our first one, I think we can, when we do more, that it might be easier. But remember, they will get better as we go, so don't worry about it. I think you will also get used to it. This is a different level of work. You will get used to it. All right, so now, but before we continue, we still have a few more minutes left, and we are going to continue with our work. We are going to stop. We have to stop and come back for the last few minutes. Can we do that?
Hey.
All right, thank you. Let's do that. Sheens and groups. Our little group. Okay. Number 1, after studying all day, do you prefer to read a book or watch a movie?
Watching a movie.
All right. Do you think watching movies stop us from using our imagination?
No.
All right. Would you explain, if you don't mind?
Because movie, they have a lot of video that we can do creative things, and also a lot of character that we can, we watch it and we saw like fun. We watched creative movie, and then we try to use our imagination by ourselves, like making our own character and doing creative things.
Okay. So you were saying in a book it's sometimes harder to use, not to use your imagination, but to see what they are creating in the book, like the image they are creating in a book. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
And then in a movie it's easier because they show you all that creativity.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what you mean? All right, good. I'm just making sure that I understand that. So, but I think the question is asking, do you think by people showing us the creativity that we are lazy to use our own imaginations and create that scene?
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe. All right. I'll accept a maybe. I know these are big questions. Okay, let's do number 3. If you want to learn about something new, is it better to read a book or watch a film about the topic?
It's a neither.
Neither. What would you recommend then when learning something new?
Movie.
A movie? Okay. So, if you want to learn about something new, it's better to watch a movie about the topic. Why would you say that? Would you explain?
Because reading books also we can also understand. Some people reading books they can understand immediately, but most of the people still need help. Like they need someone to make an example and not just writing the words for them and not making an example.
Okay, that makes sense. Good. Is a book with no pictures boring?
Yes, very true.
Okay. And then which activity is healthier? Reading a book or watching a movie?
Reading a book.
I agree. Why would you say reading a book is healthier?
Because it's not bad for our eyes.
Good. And I think it also helps us use our imaginations more, which helps us be more logical and thinking and builds our skills. I think we already read a paragraph about that. Okay, Bao. I'm going to give you a little bit of homework to do. All right. This says choose the statements below, then debate it in groups. These are the statements, all right? Children should read books instead of watching movies. Schools should use movies to teach without using books. When there is a book and a movie of the same story, the book is always better. So I would like you to pick one. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this. Your homework would be to write a paragraph either opposing or supporting one of these statements. Which statement would you like to choose?
Well, I want to support the book one.
Which one? Number 1 or number 3?
Number 3.
Okay, so let's see. When there is a book, okay, so this is what I want you to do. since you have chosen this, all right, that is going to be your main idea. All right, your main idea. And you are going to write out, let's just cross these out. Okay, you're going to write a little bit of a plan. You're going to have your main idea. Okay, this is the main idea. So we're going to square this in. Main idea for your supporting. So we're also going to write, what are you doing? You are supporting. You're supporting the statement. Correct? Am I correct? Okay. So supporting. Just keep that in mind. You are supporting it. Write it down. Please write it down. Then underneath, I will use A, B, and C. You could add 4 if you would like, but over here, underneath it, you're going to write very short sentences about a supporting idea. So this is like a plan, a little bit of a plan before we write. Okay, supporting idea 1, supporting idea 2. All right, and you would have to think of it. And I don't want you to write supporting idea. You will have to put it in words. Idea 3. You could do 3 supporting ideas or 4. You decide. But for example, let's see if you think a supporting idea for when there is a book and a movie of the same scene. For example, if you think watching a movie is shorter, that is your first supporting idea. Okay? I would say that would be a first supporting idea. Okay? You can come up
to support 3 times?
3 ideas. Support 3 ideas, minimum. If you would like to add more, you can. But I would say this is a minimum. All right. Watching a movie is shorter. That's just an example, okay? This what I'm placing on the screen is an example, okay? Then you add your own...
Okay. So I have to support 3 of them, like literally? Or I just choose?
No, you don't have to support 3 of them. You need to come up with 3 more facts. I think let's call them a fact. 3 facts that support this idea, because we're not against this idea, we are supporting it. So supporting, when there is a book, a movie, and a movie of the same story, the book is always better. Okay, so this idea is actually against it. Okay, but I'm just making an example. You write down a few words, okay? This is just an example. You write down a few words for, I don't know, like more information. In books. Okay? That's just the supporting idea. Then, after we have done this little plan, then we write a paragraph. Okay, just like we had seen over here. Okay, Bao. Just like we had seen over here. These... Okay, do you see these supporting and opposing opinions? This is a paragraph. Okay, this is a paragraph. Do you understand?
Right.
All right, so once we've made a plan for our supporting, we are supporting. Remember, we need to also understand what we are doing. Once we wrote a little bit of a plan, we've got our main idea, then other facts, let's call them facts, that support this main idea. Let's say 3 facts that support it, okay? Then you write a paragraph. Then you have to further explain those facts. Just like I told you, you get 1 word and then you explain what you mean by adding that. More information in books. I can't just say more information in books. I have to make it, like, expand it. I have to explain why are there more information in books than movies. Do you understand?
Understand.
Okay, wonderful. So that is your homework. It's to write a paragraph supporting the idea that when there is a book and a movie of the same story, the book is always better. That is your homework. Okay. You remember you are supporting, you need to write in a supporting opinion. And your paragraph doesn't need to be more than about 60 words. You can say 60 to 70, maybe 80. Let's say it doesn't need to be more than 60 or 80 words. You can decide, but it's kind of short. It doesn't have to be a whole page. My mom usually says a paragraph is 4 or 5 sentences. That's it. Okay? Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay, good. But it cannot be like short sentences. You have to like explain yourself, just like these examples that we have read today. The supporting opinion over here, just like this little paragraph and this supporting opinion. All right, have you written everything down that you need?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. So you understand what I mean of writing a little bit of a plan? You write a plan, a little bit of a plan before we... Oh, sorry. This is the wrong thing over here. Before you begin officially. All right. Do you have it written down?
Yeah.
Okay, and that is your homework. It's only due next week, and then you don't have to do it immediately. So, all right. If you have written this down, then you can work on it in the week. You don't need to do it all today, but if you would like to, that's your choice. But then this is it for our lesson today. Thank you, Bao. Thank you. I know it might have been a very challenging lesson, but it's good to challenge ourselves. So thank you very much. Do some research as well. I would recommend research some facts as well to help you support your idea. Okay? All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Bao. I will see you next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.